Hey everybody, time for another DEI, Design Engineering Ideas. I know I don't put these out very professionally, but hey, an idea is an idea. So let me tell you one that I came up with, and it's an expansion of another philosophy or law, and that's Murphy's Law. Are you familiar with that one? Well, Murphy's Law says that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So when you're planning something and an idea in your mind says, well, in certain cases, this might happen. Well, Murphy's Law says, well, if you've thought about it, it's gonna happen. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Or if you've thought it, it can, that means it can happen. That means it will happen. Okay? Now, his law doesn't mention when. So, it could be the first time you test whatever it is you're doing. It could be years down the road. But I have an extension to that. Somewhat comical, but although in my mind it has proven to be very true. And this is Kevin's law. Anything that can't go wrong will go wrong. I have seen this happen so many times where they say it is foolproof. It can't happen. This will never happen. And then it does. That's anything that can't go wrong will go wrong. You say, well, the centrifugal force to hold that tire on, oh, it'll never blow off. And oh, it did. How about that? Amazing. The speed can get so great that it comes apart. It hits the wall so hard, there is nothing left of it. The wind blew just the right way, and the crane twisted up and came tumbling down. And unfortunately, like when they talk about like special ops and covert plans to do something. If we do this, we can get that and that. Well, how about this problem? Oh, that'll never happen. Well, it happens. And so there's Kevin's law. Anything that can't go wrong will go wrong. Plan on it. Which means a lot of times what you actually thought about that was going to go wrong, Murphy's Law, doesn't happen, but then something you didn't plan on does. That's not unusual when you're designing and experimenting with things that have never been done before, or at least you don't know of. And so you also have to be willing to accept that that will happen. And so we'll get into a little more philosophy here. Just because something doesn't work, just because you have a problem, a failure, does not mean you call it quits right then. And you maybe try many times and fail. And maybe someday you do give up on an idea. And then later on you'll see somebody else find that little secret that you didn't come across. And they make what what you gave up on work. And that's just the way it is. You have to be able to accept that. And I'm saying this at a time right now in my life when I have actually given up. I've tried and succeeded at so many things and yet have nothing to show for it, that I really am struggling with the idea of trying to do anything more. I don't want to do anything for myself because I think that's selfish. I know it's just in my head, but it's there right now. And I don't want to really do anything for anybody else because I'm going to put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, with it turning out that someone else gets the benefit. I mean, millions of dollars have been made off of my efforts, you know, for individuals, for companies, and I feel like I have nothing to show for it. So, you know, you get frustrated at times, and that is something, especially when you deal with depression, that makes it even worse for someone like me. I have to battle the depression, and I have to battle the fact that if I try again, it may still not produce any benefit for me, if you will. That sounds selfish, but after a while, you want something, you know? I'm tired of getting burnt to the ground and then, or, you know, rising from the ashes to try again. So, but anyway, I think I'm going to end it with this. I could add another section, but I'll just make another video for that. Just remember, there's Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And then there's Kevin's Law. Even what can't go wrong will go wrong. Or anything that can't go wrong will go wrong. Just don't get upset when it happens.